So a concern I see a lot of people talking about is how in the co-op mode for Monster Hunter Wilds, if you're trying to play the story together, in the early access reviews, it appeared that some players had to individually watch the story cutscenes instead of being together and ended up having to regroup afterwards, but were able to continue playing together. This was mentioned among several reviewers, which is rather annoying because from what I understand, in Monster Hunter Rise apparently, this was not the case. In the comments of Eric's Gaming's review video, somebody replied saying that another channel, ACG, said that this actually was a bug, that they experienced the same issue, but mentioned that it's a bug because the developer said you should be able to see the cutscenes together, so I hope that's the case. So I went ahead and I checked this out, and unfortunately, that's not what ACG said. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there. He actually says this.
The only thing we did have an issue with is while I was doing the story mode, whenever anybody would jump in, there were a great deal of times where they would basically be kicked out to camp while I saw a cutscene, and I'm pretty sure I thought they said that wasn't going to happen. But it happened with us no matter how we set this up. Don't know if that's a bug or not, but we were able to continue playing the full game anyway. It was just some oddities.
Which to me means that Capcom didn't confirm if this was a bug or not, and he just assumed that it wasn't something that was supposed to happen. So there's still some aspects that are really unclear here, and I hope it is actually a bug and is something that can be fixed via a patch. Currently, doesn't seem to be the case, but I'll let you guys know ASAP if it is. But what does get me excited is seeing that reviewers have confirmed that you can indeed traverse seamlessly from biome to biome on foot or sacred without having to go into the menu to travel to new locations. And doing this will give you no loading screens unless you are fast traveling. This is awesome news and something that I can't wait to see, because for many it can make the experience feel much more immersive in this way, making a world feel connected seamlessly at least, because I heard this is a new thing for the series. So it's something that I'm excited for veterans to also experience and hear what they have to say, because the Monster Hunter Wilds review embargo has lifted today, and a bunch of media and content creators had a chance to review the game for a decent amount of time. We're seeing titles say that they played 300 hours, 200 hours, and 100 hours, but we're gonna keep it spoiler free, of course. But we do gotta talk about some pretty cool stuff. Like apparently there's a 4K texture pack coming to PC on launch, and this actually came from Rurikon's review, which he mentioned in his video, and I'll be linking it down below. He made a fantastic review, by the way, covering all aspects of the game with great chapter structure. I highly recommend it. I also have some newcomer reviews as well, linked down below, alongside veterans, so you guys can get an idea of what both experiences feel like if you are interested. I'm a newcomer myself, so I'm going to be absorbing all of this information and loving what I'm hearing so far. And I can't recommend to you guys enough, with Monster Hunter Wilds coming out this week, Instant Gaming has us all covered with the best prices. Right now, instead of paying $70 for Monster Hunter Wilds, which is what you would have to pay on Steam, or you already paid, it is only $57 right now on Instant Gaming. The Deluxe Edition is $74 instead of $90, and the Premium Deluxe Edition is $88 instead of $110. Seriously, guys, you're getting a significant savings with this. So I'll be linking them down below in the description and also pinned in the comments for you guys to check out. If you already purchased on Steam, you could absolutely do a return for a full refund because you didn't play it yet. Steam allows that. And then you can go ahead and purchase it here to save some money. I know that's a big deal for some of you guys, so I wanted to lay that out there and give you all an opportunity to save a couple dollars. So when it comes to the story, of course, that's all going to be low rank in regards to the difficulty. The low rank content is obviously going to be easy, but still provides enough of a challenge to be somewhat engaging to a point where some people ended up being carded and some people did not, which is fair in providing a solid degree of understanding game mechanics as you would expect a tutorial to be. Some people mentioned that you could use a Sacred after a knockdown, while others felt like it wasn't really needed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I had no idea in the beta that you could even do that. If you get knocked down, you can call them in to basically help you get safe, recover, sharpen your weapon. So that's entirely news to me, and I'll be abusing it on top of mastering defense, which to me is the most exciting part of Gunlance and, in general, the game overall. Using your defense to get buffs with dual blades or transition into high-powered offense from a guard clash parry with Gunlance. I'm excited for all of that. The end game of Monster Hunter Wilds, this is where the main focus of content is, and that's typical for Monster Hunter games. From what I understand though, this is the first title where they took this type of approach in regards to the story content being the way that it is, but that's very interesting to see. And I think as a business move for more growth of the series, especially since this title is going to be big exposure for a lot of newcomers, I could totally see why they would want to shake things up with this. And I think it's a smart decision at the end of the day, especially given how much Monster Hunter has grown over the years, man. It's become Capcom's biggest series right now, with crazy sales over the years between Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. And then you look at Rise and Sunbreak. Those are insane numbers, guys. And not only that, it's constantly being supported too. From an outsider looking in, I would see a lot of showcases like PlayStation State of Plays or different events, and there would be a new Monster Hunter trailer showing up, and I'm like, oh, is there a new game? And people are like, no, it's an expansion. I'm like, wow, this is kind of crazy to see. So it's gonna be exciting to experience that finally with you guys. Monster Hunter was always a series that's popular in Japan, but now seeing the series in general get a huge bump worldwide, I could already see with Wilds over the years, as long as they keep the content flowing, which they've already been doing and confirm more content's already on the way, I could see it overall becoming their best game of all time. What does concern me though, in some reviews, they mentioned that the amount of monsters in the game were way less than what they expected, and I know that they have future updates already planned, we talked about that, but from a newcomer's perspective, if you don't know any of the returning legacy monsters, it might not be a big deal for you guys, but for veterans, I could totally see this being the case, especially since the new content update planned in spring is another legacy monster from what I understand that will be returning. I hope we get to see more unique and new inclusions, but I want to hear what you guys think about that. With that type of growth, you can only expect the attention being shifted towards making this experience different this time around by setting a strong base of fundamentals and bone structure so that in the future, when we get more content, more add-ons, and eventually a new expansion, as the previous titles did, it can be continued to be played in service for way longer, and hopefully less buggy overall. Now, of course, this is going to be even more insane when we get to the Nintendo Switch 2 eventually releasing sometime this year. Capcom will definitely see a massive jump once that arrives, which, I mean, it's going to be insane for the gaming industry as a whole, as more devs are now shifting their focus to multi-platform rather than being exclusively tied to one console. Looking at you, Square Enix. Performance and graphics with this game is going to be a topic for quite some time, due to the beta, of course, being an older build and not optimized or running well. Rightfully so, many people were concerned, and Capcom went to work to optimize and get the game to run a little bit more smoother, which they were able to do and reduce the minimum requirements of the game now. But with the benchmark, the game is still not at a point where it's universally running amazing. This is to be expected with PC usually due to so many people having varying different rigs, but we're still seeing people with 4090 series cards at 4K still having issues maintaining solid frame rates without frame gen. I heard that the performance on the PS5 Pro is pretty good in the performance mode, but seeing the base PlayStation 5 comparisons on Digital Foundry's video is a little concerning, not gonna front. I think overall with the series, they definitely took a leap in the right direction with the graphical improvements going from Monster Hunter World to Wilds. It's just that now with these higher quality models and there's a lot going on in the world in combat, and you're seemingly able to traverse from biome to biome, it's just not at an optimal point to run good for everyone at the same time, which I hope is something that they can eventually adjust over time, at least until modders get their hands on the game. But even so, I think console focus should be a priority, and I can't help to wonder if, because the game is offering a seamless transition going from biome to biome, that maybe they had to take more sacrifices in regards to optimization in order to achieve this. It's curious for sure, but overall, man, Friday can't come soon. I'm gonna be taking a trip to New Zealand on Thursday to see if we could play early on PlayStation and stream it for you guys like we usually do. But I want to hear what you guys think down below. If you checked out some of these reviewers, or if there's one that you guys recommend I check out, please sound off down below. I want to consume as much Monster Hunter content as I can to hold me over until later this week so we could finally enjoy the game together. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Monster Hunter videos are on the way and you don't want to miss them. My name is Blitz, and thanks for watching.